She's Claudia Ward. She's 42 years of age. She was jailed last year for letting her children choose whether to go to school or not. So, let's get into this. You're a mum of 6. What was your thinking behind this?
Initially, one of my daughters, my eldest daughter, wasn't happy at school, was really not having a good time at all, really reluctant to go. So it was quite difficult, you know, trying to cajole her into going. She was very unhappy with the whole school situation. Tried to have some dialogue, tried to see if we could change things about a bit. And it didn't really work out. I'm not the most organised of people. I'll absolutely be the first to admit it.
So emotionally, she was distressed.
She was distressed.
You were distressed.
And it was distressing me, and it was distressing everybody. It was making for quite a fraught
once
situation.
you do it for one, then the others
this is it,
have
sure.
I mean, everybody's got problems, and you know, whether you haven't done your homework, whether you're worried about a class, whether you're being bullied, whatever it happens to be. So the other kids then sort of began to say,
picked up on this, and to be fair, I thought, well, you know, hey, as I said, it's not. They're always engaged in something. They're not sitting on the PlayStation, you know, whether it be play school or what or anything. They're not just sitting idly doing nothing. They're always engaged in something either creative or active, outdoors. There was never a time when and there were quite a few ad hoc appearances from education welfare, never found the kids doing anything other than being engaged in something creative.
But the fact is they weren't at school.
They weren't at school.
I mean, it was, I think, a third, it turned out eventually, a third of the school year.
Yeah, I mean,
they were absent. So the problem was getting
progressively
harder for you.
It also sort of, I kind of locked horns with certain members of staff, so I dug my heels in and I thought, you know, I'd be damned here. Rather than making things easier, it would go straight to sort of punitive measures. So if it went from being, you know, if they were 5 minutes late in the morning, they'd be marked absent for the entire session. If the older ones dawdled in, as kids quite often do after school, after lunch, again they'd be marked absent for the afternoon.
But the school surely would say, Claudia, well, we have to do that. You know, you've got to have a line. A rule's a rule. You say, you know, you've got to be back in class at 2.
This was a rule that was specifically for me, not that, you know, this wasn't a rule that's being...
Yes, because that's because you had history, you had form, hadn't you?
Sure, but there were, no,
Did you feel as if you were back at school? Well,
I did sort of feel that I was being absolutely singled out. I felt as though if I'd have gone in and just kicked over a chair and just gone, whatever, you know, then it would have been easier for them to deal.
And did you